Hey guys, let me back out a little bit before we close in. We're going to learn some Spanish scales. Now, I'm going to break this up into part one, part two, part three. Today we're going to learn the harmonic minor scale and where can we play it to where it's going to sound good. This scale was made popular in rock music by a guitarist named Yngwie Malmsteen, and he played it really fast. And he was really smart because he kind of it wasn't being played, and certainly wasn't being played at that speed, and so it became kind of his knack. He really carved out his own sound. So people who've listened to Yngwie, you might hear some of those sounds in this lesson, but this is not an Yngwie lesson. This is a lesson on Spanish guitar scales and where we can put these scales, and there's a lot of them, but we're going to start out with the harmonic minor. So let's jump right into it. I'll just get up here a little closer. A little closer. A little closer. No, that should be good. And let's just learn the scale where it is actually designed to be played. And then we're going to take a look at where can we get away with playing the same exact scale. Once we learn the scale, our finger configuration is not going to change. So we can slide it around, and this scale can be used in a few spots that are really, really great. So let's hear it just over its natural A minor. So it already sounds beautiful without even moving it anywhere. So let's go ahead and just learn it over where it belongs. It's a minor scale, so it belongs over. It's an A harmonic minor scale. We're playing it over an A minor chord. Okay, so we're gonna go 5, 7. The next string we're gonna go 3, 5, 7. If I go fast, you guys, just pause it and get out a piece of paper and write down. Okay, well, he's 3, 5, 7. Lots of times I'm just gonna be moving kind of fast, not really fast, but I don't. You can just stop and rewind the tape, and if you want to write down the numbers of the frets that I'm saying, that's I encourage you to do that because we're going to cover a lot of ground here. So I can't move it hyper slow, but I'll move slow enough to where we'll definitely be able to get all this learned. So we're going to go 5, 7, 3, 5, 7 on the next string, on the A string. On the D string we're going to go 3, and we're going for a stretch here, you guys. This does not mean that you have to leave your index finger down. There's no rule that says you have to. If it's too hard of a stretch, pick this finger up, for God's sakes, and put your your finger down on the 6th fret on the D string and go to 7. So in other words, if you get here and this finger ain't going there, that's okay. You can pick it up and go 6, 7. But anyway, those are the notes. 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 3, 6, 7. Now that's one octave. That's the entire scale, but we're gonna add the second part, the second octave to it. So we're gonna jump on the G string. We're gonna go 4, 5, 7. We're gonna go 5, 7, 9. Another rule. See, I didn't keep my finger there. I picked it up. And and then 5, 7, 8. Now I'm going to play a form of a D minor so you can hear it over D. actually be an E or an E7, E major or E7, either one. E, E7, or again E major. Back to A. So if you wanted to play something really slow and pretty, and you played A minor to D minor to E major, or I'll show you a really kind of Spanishy chord that is going to work great over too, is if you take an E major chord and you take where this finger is and you put your pinky down instead of on the second fret, on the third, and you get this chord. So you could have A minor, D, E, A. Or E, this E or this E. That's just a very Spanishy E. So either E, E7, E major, or E, I just added, I'm not even going to get theoretical on it, it's just, you can just see I'm moving from this finger just up on the D string on the third string. So there's other chords, and we're going to get into more chords. We're going to get into chords. We're going to go through some Spanish progressions. Right now, I'm just going to leave you with that one for this scale right here in A minor. I want you to know you can play A minor. I want you to know you can play D minor and E. Back to A minor. This is a B minor flat 5. But it's really, we're going to get in, I want to work on these scales because we're going to get into chords. In other words, right now, whatever version of an E, E major, E7, or E, I'm going to call it an E Spanish chord because it's really no sense in telling you the theory behind it because we're just playing this chord and moving one note over and giving it this sound. So, I want to get back to the scales. That's why I'm going to break this up into parts because we've got chords and we've got patterns and we've got different positions that these scales are going to sound great in conjunction with. And there's no way to teach it all in one lesson. But we can take this scale and experiment with it. And you guys are not going to believe this, but this scale sounds beautiful. If we were to take it here, an A minor, now if I was to play right here, and I went, let's see, there's a position that I can play that's called a Phrygian dominant, but it's really it's really it's a Phrygian dominant is a harmonic minor scale. The funny thing is that in the key it's a harmonic minor scale in the key of D. Okay, I don't know what song. So here in D, so if we know that it fits over A minor, then if we walk up the major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, over the fourth note, we know we can play it in that key, which is D. So instead of starting on A, we start on D. Now watch, I'm going to play the same notes. A, D, A, E, back to A, D, E, so over the same three chords. So now you can play both of these harmonic minors over these three chords. For example, you can go A minor, A, so now we have this scale in two positions. So now, if we went A, then I went, sounds like I didn't even change scales, but I did. To D, E, instead come back to this harmonic minor. A, So, what does this mean? This means that we can literally jump from one scale to the other. I mean, I can start in this scale and go right into the other one. Even though they're different scales. I can start in this scale. So now over A, not only do I have just that one sound, but now I have two. D minor, A, E, D, A, A, under the other scale. D, E, A. D, E, the A, the D, the A, back in the other scale. Sorry, you guys. I keep playing what's called a melodic minor scale. I guess my finger says I don't want to do that stretch, so it tries to get itself out of it. So one time, listen up. Over D, over E, E major still, then A. Now, one last time, and we'll wrap this up. We're just going to listen to it in the key of D, which would be, I'm starting the scale on the 5th fret, so if I was started in the key of D, I'd play the exact same scale, but I started on the 10th fret. then we'll go back to this other A, back to our first A. Let's go back in the A this way. So the two scales work together amazingly well, and and right now I'm not trying to limit your rhythm to just 3 chords. We're going to get into all kinds of chords and different chords, but we're going to call this Spanish Scales Part 1, and we're going to learn some obviously some more scales, but more chords, so that if you're sitting around, you can accompany yourself. You can play an A minor here and go. To E. And here. And we're going to have different chords are going to work if we're going to use our first chord. There's just different chord progressions and different chord voicings that we're going to explore them all, so that you'll kind of have a good grasp on what's going on. Why this scale sounds, why it may sound a little better here than it does there. And we're going to work that stuff out. So you guys, I hope to see you soon, and thanks for coming by. All right, bye-bye.